Hey, is this thing on? Hello, hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's get into the topic of scheduling and daily routines. More specifically, today we're going to be discussing the art of crafting a daily routine that sets you up for success. And I feel like if every single day is successful for you, then your week is going to be successful, your month is going to be successful, and overall your year is going to be successful. Incorporating balance into your daily life can help you to reduce your stress, increase your productivity, and overall enhance your well-being. And who doesn't want that? So definitely stick around if you want to become a better person, feel like the best version of yourself, and provide purpose and structure to your life every single day. So the first very important step to making sure that you are creating this balanced daily routine is to understand what are your priorities. What's important to you? What are your goals? What needs to be taken care of? And how quickly does it need to be done? So the way that I like to start this process is kind of a mess, but it ends up being really organized and helping you set your days up for success. So the first thing I do is just make a running list of all the things that I need to do every single day. So it includes things like my morning routine, a workout, breakfast, time for spiritual activities, rest, cooking, cleaning, running errands, all the stuff. So I just make a list. It looks crazy, it looks overwhelming, but I promise once you start to segment it, it's gonna make so much more sense and make your life way easier. You can also kind of do this for the full week. So say for example, once you've got that list done, you can break them down into your daily tasks and make it that much easier to focus on what needs to be done and to prioritize when to schedule things into your day. And then from there comes time blocking, which if you've watched my channel before, you know that I love time blocking. I'll link my last video on that subject here as well, so you can check it out. But time blocking is super helpful because you don't have to think about what needs to be done. You know, here's the task. I'm blocking off 2 hours, 30 minutes, 4 hours, however much time in order to accomplish it. So when that time comes, that's what I'm doing. And I know some people are like, well, I don't want to live my life by a schedule, but honestly, it can make your life way easier because you know what needs to be done. You know how much time you've allocated to take care of it. And the last thing to do is just take action and actually do the work. So time blocking is a really great, powerful technique that helps you allocate your time effectively so you don't look up and say, oh my gosh, where did the day go? I didn't get anything accomplished. You're really able to focus on what you did, when you did it, and how long it took you. So literally create time blocks for everything: work, exercise, meals, relaxation, additional activities. All of it has to have a place, a scheduled time within your day. And you also want to try your best to make sure that you're sticking to your schedule as closely as possible so that you'll know you've dedicated adequate time to certain tasks. And also it'll help you to prevent overworking on some areas and neglecting other things that you probably should have made more time for. Now, where does it all begin? It's the morning. Yes, in the morning, you have to set yourself up for a successful day. Your morning routine is gonna set your tone for the day. Like sometimes when you just wake up and you're like, I'm not feeling it today, that is completely normal. But what you choose to do next is going to be what determines how your day is gonna go. So you wanna make sure that you're starting your day routinely with healthy habits like exercising, meditation, a nutritious breakfast, reading, or taking some time to just sit and be alone with yourself. You definitely want to avoid jumping straight into something that's extremely stimulating like work or social media. Ease yourself into the day, meditate, think about what you have going on, and prepare your mind and your heart to be successful for that day. Now, another thing that's really important if you want to have a successful daily routine is including breaks. There's kind of like this idea of just get in the work, be in the work, stay in the work. While yes, that's important, if you don't include breaks, you're gonna get burned out and then eventually the work's not gonna get done at all. So incorporate those brief moments into your day where you can re-energize yourself and avoid getting into that cycle of burnout. Some things that can be helpful is like the Pomodoro effect, where you work for a certain amount of time and then you break for a certain amount of time. So let's say we're thinking about 30-minute segments, you work for 25, you break for 5. And you can schedule what you're doing in that break time. Are you stretching? Are you going for a walk? Are you allowing yourself time to look on social media? Whatever that break looks like for you, schedule that into your day with details of what you're going to be doing. Again, because you don't want to have to constantly think about it. If you spend 2 minutes thinking about what you should do for your break, now you've only got 3 minutes left, and that's not really enough time to get a substantial break in. So be proactive and plan your breaks ahead of time. But with this, you have to be disciplined. You can't say, oh, 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes, because 5 or 10 more minutes turns into 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. And now you've kind of given all of your time to your break activity and not as much time as you should have to actually being productive with what needed to be accomplished. So yes, scheduling does make your life easier in a way, but it still requires that you're disciplined, because if you're not on top of it, it's just not going to get done. You're going to start making excuses for yourself. You're not going to continue to show up for yourself, and you're going to lose trust for yourself during that process as well, which means when you tell yourself, hey, here's my schedule, you're not going to have that respect to actually get it done, because you know that you're not going to hold yourself accountable. So show up for yourself, trust yourself, and be disciplined in these routines so that you can actually follow through with this daily schedule. Now, just as much as the morning routine is important, I personally feel the evening routine is even more important, because again, that's setting you up for success the next day. So you need to start your wind down nice and early, get your bath in, relax, make sure your sheets and bedding are nice and clean, and you're ready for a good night of rest. One of the most important things that I do every single night is to preview my next day. So I look at my calendar, I'm like, okay, what's coming up first? Where do I have to be? Is it going to be a meeting that I'm taking virtually? Do I need to leave my house to go somewhere? What do I need to wear for these different activities? Kind of looking ahead gives me a good sense of what to expect. And I feel like I can rest easier because I don't feel like I'm going to wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this, and be like shocked by what's coming that day, because I prepared my mind for it the night before. So look over your schedule, see what all needs to be done, refer back to your brain dump list if there's anything you missed that you need to schedule in. If you got some like breaks or extra time during the day, what can you put during those moments that's also going to help you to be a priority in your life, but also benefit you in some type of way, so you're not just wasting that additional extra time that you have, you're using it to your full benefit. And then go to sleep. Sometimes we can be like, oh, I'm not really tired, so I'm just going to stay up and watch another show or kind of scroll on social media or read a book. While those things can be like really good break activities, if you are, especially with things like reading, sometimes we think, oh my gosh, it's such like a positive thing. Of course, you want to do that type of stuff before you go to bed, but don't get sucked into it. If you're going to be reading and you're like, okay, one more chapter, one more page, it's going to become a spiral and you're going to stay up reading even though it's a healthier activity. So set limits for yourself with what your wind down routine looks like, how much time you're spending on those activities, and just go to sleep. If you lay there long enough, your mind will eventually be like, all right, fine, we'll go to bed. And you'll train your body to get used to going to sleep a little bit earlier, so that again, you can wake up earlier and be more productive the next day. And the last thing I wanted to touch on, as with any schedule, any plan, any daily routine, is the importance of flexibility and adaptability. You have to realize that you are not perfect. So do not let perfectionism seep in and kind of distort your thinking on how much you've been able to get done and what your productivity looks like. Things come up. Sometimes we have these ideas of what we want our day to look like, and it just doesn't work out for us. It's not realistic. It's not sustainable. So it's okay to be able to make those adjustments as needed to be more productive in your life. If something is not working for you, change it. It is not a huge deal. It's not the end of the world. The way that you created a schedule and a structure in your daily routine in the first place is the same way that you can come back and rework that to actually fit what your needs are once you've had some time to reflect and assess what's really working for you. So be flexible, not lenient, still disciplined, but having some flexibility and adaptability in that discipline is going to help you to realize what's important, what needs to be prioritized, and also celebrate just how far you've come and all the amazing work that you are doing to try to be more structured in your daily routine. So having a daily routine is not about being super rigid. It's really about finding harmony in your daily life, creating this life that you love, and creating a sustainable routine that's going to help you live it to the fullest. So assess your priorities, time block, incorporate healthy habits, be flexible and be adaptable, and create a daily routine that you absolutely love, that works for you, and that is going to help you to be successful long term. Thank you so much for watching this video. Drop your tips or anything that you've been struggling with your daily routine in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and follow along for the fun on Instagram. I will see you all in the next one. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Affirmations with Amber.